Okay, boys and girls, we're working on adding within 100, including a 2-digit number and a 1-digit number, and adding a 2-digit number and a multiple of 10. So when we think of multiples of 10, we think of counting by tens: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Using concrete models like we did when we were in class, and I used the base 10 blue models, or drawings, which is part of our Q-tips, and strategies based on place values. So knowing what are my tens and what are my ones. Properties of operation, and or the relationship between addition and subtraction. Relate the strategy to a written method and explain the reasoning used. So you need to be able to write about it and then explain what you did to me with words. So let's look at our question. At the party, there were some balloons. One of the kids popped 8 balloons. Now there are 57 balloons. How many balloons were there before they were popped? So what I always like to do when I'm solving a word problem is identify the numbers that I already know. I know that's skipping ahead a little bit, but I'm actually going to circle the numbers in the word problem. So 8 and 57. Okay. Now I'm going to underline my question too. How many balloons were there before they were popped? So in other words, how many balloons did I start with before this kid came and popped them? Okay, so let's look at what we're going to do to solve this. So I don't know, I don't know how many balloons I started with. So our start is unknown. Put a question mark there. I know that I lost some because when they pop, they go away. So my change is 8. And the result, or at the end, I have 57 balloons. Okay. Now it looks like we're going to be subtracting, but actually we had more balloons at the beginning. So to figure out how many balloons I had at the beginning, I've got to add. So our T is going to be a plus sign because we've got to add. The numbers that we know are 8 and 57. And so our problem here, our equation is going to, our number sentence is going to look like this: 57 plus 8. We've got a 2-digit number and we're adding a 1-digit number to it. Equals, I don't know what it equals. Okay. So then we're going to go here. 57 plus 8 equals something. All right, let's look at our drawing. Now, again, I'm not going to do just like yesterday. I'm not going to draw 57. I'm going to do our tens. So 10. And our ones. That little cube will try and look like a cube equals 1. That line equals a 10. So I know that the kid popped 8. But you know what I'm going to start with this time? Since I know I'm adding, I'm going to start with my 57. So we're going to start with our tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Ooh, Miss Hoyt, I was supposed to stop at 50, wasn't I? Okay, so now we have 40 there. One more for 50. I was thinking about my 7 ones. And then I'm going to change to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we added 8 more to that. So I'm going to change my color. Let's go. We'll go with red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so now we're going to count them all together. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Okay, so we didn't fill out this yet. I think my answer here is 65. I'm going to write this right here for a minute. Okay, so here's a little bit different. Now we know, because we're adding, we know 8 is a part, and we know 57 was a part, right? 8 was a part that he popped. 57 was the part that was there after he popped them, he or she. So we don't know what our hole was, how many we had before the balloons got popped. Again, we're not doing 10 frames right now. We are going to go to our number line. All right. So we know that we're going to start with 57 because that's a bigger number, and then count up 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we land on 65. So we got 65 this way, we got 65 this way. So I'm going to say that our answer is 65. So we need to write that in here. We need to write this in here. Okay. Now we need to do our number sentence. I'm sorry, not number sentence. Our sentence that gives the answer. Excuse me. So there were 65 balloons before they were popped.